Did you know that Napoleon Bonaparte, the man of great stature in history, was actually not that tall? He was just average for his time. Yes, history can indeed be a fascinating web of unexpected truths and tales. So, prepare yourself for a whimsical journey through the annals of time. We'll be unraveling the unknown and the surprising one fact at a time. Now, if that tickled your historical funny bone, brace yourself for more as we delve into 10 mind-blowing historical facts you never knew existed. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know the minute we release fresh content. Let's get things kicked off. At number 10, we have the Great Wall of China, which, contrary to popular belief, isn't visible from space. I know, it's a shocker. The myth has been floating around for ages, painting a picture of this massive stone serpent slithering across Earth's surface, clearly visible to every astronaut up there. But alas, it's not true. In fact, according to NASA, most astronauts confirm that they can't see the Great Wall with the naked eye. It's simply too narrow. Even with the aid of lenses, it's still a tough spot. So, sorry to burst your bubble, friends. So, next time when someone tells you that you can see the Great Wall of China from space, you know what to say? Swinging in at number 9 is the fact that bananas were once used as a measurement for radioactivity. Now, don't let this make you go bananas, but it's true. Bananas contain a naturally occurring isotope, potassium-40, which is radioactive. This led to the creation of the banana equivalent dose, a playful unit of radiation exposure coined by nuclear experts. The idea was to provide a relatable context for understanding the impacts of radiation. A single banana's radiation is harmless, but it's a fun way to think about radioactivity in our everyday life. So, next time you're munching on a banana, remember, it's not just a fruit, it's science in action. Who knew bananas could be so radioactive? At number 8, we have the surprising truth that the pyramids were not built by slaves. That's right. Contrary to what we've seen in countless movies and heard in many a tale, it turns out the pyramids of Egypt were not constructed by an oppressed workforce. Historical records and archaeological evidence have shown us that the workers responsible for these magnificent structures were actually well taken care of. They were skilled laborers, respected for their craft, and were provided with food, shelter, and medical care. Many of these workers were seasonal, helping out when the Nile's floods made farming impossible. These findings completely debunk the myth of the enslaved pyramid builders. So, the pyramids weren't a product of forced labor, but a testament to skilled workers. At lucky number 7, we discover that the iconic cowboy image is not as American as we think. Now, hold on to your hats, folks, because this may surprise you. The cowboy, a symbol of rugged American individualism and frontier spirit, actually has its roots in Mexican culture. The vaqueros, skilled Mexican horsemen and cattle herders, were the original cowboys, predating their American counterparts by over a century. These vaqueros were known for their exceptional riding skills, their distinctive attire, and their unique way of handling cattle, all elements that we associate with the cowboy image today. And there you have it. The cowboy, quintessential symbol of America, is actually a cultural import from Mexico. Makes you rethink the all-American cowboy, doesn't it? At number 6, we have the surprising fact that the "I have a dream" speech wasn't planned. Yes, you heard that right. The impassioned words that Martin Luther King Jr. delivered on that sweltering day in August of 1963 were largely off the cuff. King had prepared a different speech entirely. But when the gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, a close friend, shouted from the crowd, "Tell them about the dream, Martin," he set aside his notes and spoke from the heart. What followed was a 17-minute-long speech that resonated with the dreams and aspirations of millions and continues to inspire us to this day. It's a testament to King's charisma and conviction. Talk about thinking on your feet. Halfway through at number 5, we find out that Cleopatra was not Egyptian. Now that's a curveball, isn't it? Yes, folks, the Queen of the Nile, the woman who charmed the likes of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, was not actually Egyptian by birth. Her roots trace back to Greece, specifically to the Ptolemaic dynasty that ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great. Cleopatra was the last of the Ptolemaic rulers, and she was more Greek than Egyptian. She was, however, the first to learn the Egyptian language among her lineage. Her reign is a testament to the fact that it's not always where you come from, but what you do that defines you. So, Cleopatra, the most famous Egyptian queen, wasn't Egyptian after all. At number 4, we discovered that the Roman gladiators were mostly vegetarians. Yes, you heard it right. Contrary to the popular belief of them being heavy meat eaters, the gladiators, often referred to as barley men, had a diet rich in grains, beans, and other plant foods. This was all to maintain a higher body fat level to protect them from cuts and wounds during the battles. They also drank a concoction made from plant ashes to help their bodies recover after rigorous training. Now, that doesn't sound very carnivorous, does it? It's fascinating to see how the mightiest warriors of their time were fueled by the power of plants. So, the fierce gladiators were more like salad warriors. At number 3, we learned that the Vikings didn't wear horned helmets. Yes, you heard right. Those fearsome seafaring Norsemen, often depicted with horns protruding from their helmets, are, in fact, a product of creative imagination rather than historical accuracy. The truth is, archaeological evidence suggests that Vikings wore simple, conical helmets if they wore helmets at all. The whole horned helmet concept actually comes from the 19th century Romantic artists who incorporated it into their works to make the Vikings appear more barbaric and intimidating. So next time you see a Viking donned in a horned helmet in a movie or a comic book, remember, it's more about drama than truth. So our image of the horned Viking is more fiction than fact. Almost there, at number 2, we have the shocking revelation that the Iron Maiden was never an actual medieval torture device. Yes, you heard it right. Contrary to popular belief, this terrifying contraption, often depicted in movies and stories as a medieval instrument of brutal punishment, was actually a figment of 19th century imaginations. It's a classic case of historical misrepresentation. The Iron Maiden, with its claustrophobic, spike-lined interior, was not a product of the Dark Ages. Instead, it was created during the Victorian era, a time known for its fascination with the macabre. This sensationalized version of history was lapped up by the public, further fueling the myth. So, the Iron Maiden was more a product of Victorian imagination than medieval cruelty. And finally, at number 1, the most mind-blowing fact: the Salem witch trials did not burn witches at the stake. Yes, you heard it right. Contrary to the popular belief and the dramatic portrayals we've seen in movies, those accused during the infamous Salem witch trials were not set ablaze. In fact, of the 19 individuals found guilty of witchcraft in Salem in the late 17th century, all met their end by hanging, not by fire. One unlucky soul, Giles Corey, was even crushed to death by heavy stones for refusing to enter a plea. No one was burned. So, the next time you picture the Salem witch trials, remember, the burning witch's image is more a product of Hollywood than historical reality. Well, there you have it, our 10 mind-blowing historical facts that you probably never knew existed. We've journeyed through the annals of time, uncovering truths from the world's greatest civilizations to the most obscure events. We've debunked myths, shed light on misconceptions, and revealed the extraordinary in the ordinary. From surprising royal escapades to little-known scientific breakthroughs, we've left no stone unturned. Remember, history isn't always as it seems. Keep questioning, keep learning, and stay tuned for more mind-blowing facts.